Stacy here from Guston Public Library, and I have 3 books for you, 3 teen books. Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated in September, mainly September 15th through October 15th, and it's an annual celebration about the rich cultures and traditions of people living in the United States who trace their ancestry back to Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. So I wanted to highlight some of those authors for you with these 3 books. These are my 3 favorites. So let's start with this first one right here, No Filter and Other Lies by Crystal Maldonado. Kate Sanchez is our protagonist in this story, and she creates a fake Instagram account using pictures from her friend, a particular friend. And once that goes viral, oh my gosh, she can't stop what's happening around her. It reveals her deception, and both her real and fake worlds start crashing in on her. So if you are a fan of realistic fiction, you are going to love this one. My next one is this one right here, Sunbear Trials, and that is by Aidan Thomas. So the Sunbear Trials is about a 17-year-old Teo, a transgender demigod, selected to compete in the Sunbear Trials, a deadly challenge where the loser's body is melted down and sacrificed to replenish the sunstones. I know that sounds so good, right? Teo must face stronger, more experienced opponents to win fame, glory, and fight for their own survival. So I am a huge fan of Aidan Thomas. Love their books. And so you're going to be a fan too if you read this one. The sequel, Celestial Monsters, comes out also this month. So if fantasy and battle royale is your thing, this is the book for you. And my last one, here we go, right here. So Under This Forgotten Sky, and this one is by Lauren Yarrow. It's a dystopian world that's ravaged by environmental collapse and economic inequality. 2 teens set out on a perilous quest to find a cure for a mysterious illness. See, after the rebels infect, I forgot to tell you the guy's name, but after the rebels infect his father with a deadly virus, 16-year-old Rumi leaves for the safety of his city walls and goes into the lower city, where he encounters Paz, who agrees to help him in his search for a cure. But she might have her own plan and her own hidden agenda. So if you are fans of dystopian, but also want a little sprinkling of romance, this will be the book for you.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm here today to talk about a couple of New Hampshire-related places and recipes because when I think of fall, I think of New Hampshire, and sort of the two go hand in hand for me, having grown up here. So this first book is New Hampshire from Farm to Kitchen, and it's really neat because it's a cookbook, but it also has descriptions and write-ups about local farms. So I don't know if anyone is familiar with the Sandwich Creamery in Sandwich, New Hampshire, but they have the best ice cream, and they are highlighted in this book. And if you're looking for an interesting recipe, there's a recipe for family soup, not made out of your family, but for your family. And it has, I think, beef and all kinds of vegetables. It's like a nice hearty fall stew. And then Gould Hill Orchards is featured. And Gould Hill is in Conchoocook. It's where I personally go every year for apple picking. They have cider and apple pie and crisp, and it's so good. So this book is here, available to borrow. Next up, I have Open House in New England, which is an oldie, so very sort of plain looking, but inside it's got beautiful photographs of historic homes in New England. So it's not New Hampshire specific, but I did find some New Hampshire places highlighted in here. One of them is the Ocean-born Mary House, which a lot of you may know because it's in Henniker. And it is a sort of a spooky story about Ocean-born Mary. So definitely look into that. If you haven't been there, I believe it's open for tours. And then headed towards the seacoast In Portsmouth, there are a lot of historic homes, but one of them is the Moffat Ladd House. And so these are some pictures of the exterior and interior of the Moffat Ladd House. Beautiful, and it's all kept historically accurate inside, again, available to tour. And lastly, because it's almost getting to spooky season, I actually think spooky season is all year round, but I have Haunted New England, A Devilish View of the Yankee Past. I was so excited when I found this book. I did not know we had it. And it's got just really artsy, cool black and white photographs of sort of some spooky things, and talks about Ghost Ship, talks about ghost stories in New England, and one is in New Hampshire. There's more than one that's in New Hampshire, but this one I found interesting. It's the Haunted Mill in Woodsville. I do not know if this mill is still standing, but there is a whole ghost story behind the owner of the mill and how he was a bit of a blasphemous fellow. He did not attend the Sabbath every week. And one day, the pastor in town sort of said, you will pay for this. And later in the day, he was discovered dead in his mill. He'd been chopped in half or something grisly like that. But see, the photographs are just really cool and atmospheric. Anyway, lots of good stuff in here, and that's it for me. Bye, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to invite you to consider joining the cookbook club here at the Goffstown Public Library. So we're thinking ahead to October at this point, but our next meeting will be on Tuesday, October 8th at 6 p.m. And we have copies of our cookbook available at circulation. So at that cookbook club, we're going to be preparing dishes that from the book No Recipes, No Problem by Phyllis Good. So essentially, you'll go into your pantry and find items that you already have, and with tips from this cookbook, you'll come up with your own recipe that this book is going to suggest different processes that you can use to prepare certain dishes. So it's a really creative way to use items that you already have in your pantry. So we hope to see you soon. Thanks.